Okay, Pranita is saying there are a set of guidelines used. Correct. Yes. Okay. Fine. Uh, Now, this is how a rubric looks like. Okay, do I need to zoom in? Is it clear? Okay, so if you pay attention to the screen that I'm sharing, you can see that this is a table-like format wherein various categories are mentioned. Okay, to start with, horizontally, in this particular row, you can see that there are various levels which are mentioned, like insufficient, fair, good, very good, and excellent. Okay, these are different levels of performance by which we can assess students. And vertically here, you can see again different domains like knowledge, calculation skills, then quantitative reasoning, analysis. So these are the skills, or these are the areas that as a teacher you have to test, okay, or assess. Now here is student preparation levels. Okay, so this is a major area that I am working with. I want to know to what level or at what level the students are. Okay, so I can say that these are the criteria on the basis of which I'll be assessing the student. Which are the criteria here? The criteria are knowledge, calculation skill, quantitative reasoning, analysis. So these are the criteria that are mentioned in the vertically, and these are the levels at which I'll be judging each student, or I'll be assessing each student for per criteria. Okay, so now here, if you just pay attention to this, knowledge, that is basic fact reporting. So in insufficient, it is written mostly wrong. Whenever a student is reporting any basic fact, it is mostly wrong. Okay, that's the first level, which is called insufficient. Major mistakes the child would commit, unorganized, or hardly any understanding, or to be specific, no understanding. Okay. Then the second level is fair. Okay. Second level is fair, wherein knowledge or basic facts which the student would report to an extent, some of them would be correct. Several major mistakes, okay, several major mistakes, unorganized, limited understanding, at fair level. Then at good level, minimum acceptable work, okay, many minor mistakes. So from major we have come to minor, but still there are many minor mistakes. Then unorganized, still it is unorganized. Some understanding. Here it was limited, from limited we have come to some understanding. Okay, then the next level is very good. So we are going from insufficient, that is lower level, to higher level. So in very good section you can see adequate level of work. It could be improved and several minor mistakes. Organized, so from unorganized we have come to organized, then good level of understanding. From some level, some understanding, we have come to good level. Just understand this. I will not be explaining each of these rows to you, but just to see how it is improving from one column, one cell to the other. Then the last one, that is excellent. You can see exemplary work, then no mistakes. Okay, well organized and excellent understanding. So what is the pattern you can see here? If any one of you could unmute and say it aloud. Can you see any pattern here? Anyone? What pattern do you find in this particular presentation of their skills or their levels of understanding? Based on what is given in each of these cells. No one wants to say anything? Am I audible? Okay. Okay. Anthea is saying that same condition for each criteria. I didn't get you, Anthea. Can you be a bit more clear? It would be nice if you could unmute and say something because it's difficult to explain in this way.
Ma'am, like for each of the criteria, like knowledge, calculation,
Hmm.
skill, and all,
Hmm.
the thing is the same, like mostly wrong or some
Hmm.
correct. It's the same criteria for all.
Yes, but I'm not asking for each skill. I'm asking for this particular skill of knowledge. What you can see from what you can, how you can compare these two, all these cells from insufficient to excellent. Can you say something about this? How the wordings or how each of these skills or levels of learning are placed? Okay, Wesley is saying that there is improvement in performance as we move from left to right. Very good. So you can see that in insufficient, as per the title or label that you have given for each of these cells, okay, accordingly, specification is mentioned in these cells, which is improving from insufficient to excellent. Yes. Miguel is saying that one is better than other. Yes. Ashweta saying that we are gauging their level of understanding. Very good. That's the right way of looking at it. Now, let me give you all one more example. Okay, Vanita is just joined. One more example, if I have to give you. Give me a minute. I'm just making you all familiar with how this rubric looks like and how we are supposed to go about. Because if you study by taking an example in the beginning, it might be a bit difficult. Because this is what each one of you all will have to do. Okay. I'm just trying to make it a bit more clear. Okay, fine. Let me just share the slide with you for now so that you can relate it to the example which we have seen because I'm not finding a proper example. Sure. Okay, Pranika is saying that performance level is increasing as we move from left to right. That is from zero to excellent as in the improvement is seen. Okay. Now, are you all able to see the screen? Okay. Okay, fine. So here is the third point in Unit 3.4, that is performance assessment for laboratory work. Now the example which we just saw was of a rubric. Okay, let us not go in much detail of a rubric now because the same thing we would be covering in the Unit 3.3, that is during the next lecture. For now, you just have a look at it and see what are the things which are mentioned in this particular slide. Now you can see that in the first column you can see category. Okay, and this performance assessment is for laboratory work. So you need to know which are the on what levels, on what basis you could assess a child or you could evaluate a child. The first one is a category, second one is a criterion, okay, and the rest, each of these columns have different levels. That is from excellent, good, fair to poor. And for each of these criterion, points are mentioned. For excellent, 2.5. You can see here 2.5. Then good is 1.5. fair is 0.5 points, half a point, and for poor, 0 point. Okay. Now in category 1, the, the first skill that is mentioned is lab preparation and time management. Okay. Second one is quality of work, right, understanding of materials and problem solving. Okay, then last is teamwork and safety. So these are the set of criteria or categories which the teacher has uh, trained in order to assess a student for his or her laboratory work. So you know, the first category, you want to know how well the child is able to prepare prepare the laboratory for his or her project to be conducted, or for maybe an experiment, and how well the child is able to manage the time. The second category, how the child is experimenting, what procedure he or she is following, or how he or she is following that. Okay, that's quality of work. Third one is understanding of material. How well the child understands what he or she is doing, whether if in case of any issue during the experiment, is the child able to solve the problem. So suppose if when you work with salts, okay, and you don't get the correct answer for that, you cannot get the proper value of that. What do you do like, in order to solve this particular issue? So the problem solving ability of the child. And the last one is teamwork and safety. How well the child works with his or her group, and what are the safety measures that the child is taking care of. Now, for each category, they have mentioned in detail the criteria. Now, you can consider lab preparation and time management also as a criterion. Okay, so don't go as per the title which is given for each category. Okay. Now, in place of this, like read and understand the lab manual before going into the lab or start the experiment promptly, stay on task and use time wisely. Okay. Now, what they have done in this first row of criterion in the criterion column is they have elaborated the given category. If you don't want to elaborate, you can also mention it as it is, like lab preparation and time management would also be placed as a criteria. That is also possible. But here they have mentioned it or elaborated it, what exactly I mean by lab preparation or what exactly is time management. Similarly, they have elaborated for each of these category. Okay, so you can choose to use this particular format of category or criterion when you go for writing a rubric, or you can also choose to go only for a criterion column. Okay, is this clear? So you don't have to get confused with uh, the pattern of it, just understand the basic concept. Now, for each criterion, the child is assessed at different levels. Now, if I have to give a particular child a mark for the first category or the first criterion, and that mark would be is 2.5. So if you have to get 2.5 marks, you need to satisfy all the aspects which are mentioned in the first criteria. Okay, and if you want 1.5 marks, even if you miss one of these aspects, you will get 1.5 and you are put in the category of good. Okay, if you miss two aspects, you will get half a point and you will be placed in a fair level. Then you will get no point if you miss three or more criteria. Okay, so this is a rubric, or this is a set of criteria, as many of you all have rightly said, which is designed by the teacher before the assignment is submitted. Okay, so when you give an assignment, you're also supposed to give or prepare a rubric and give it to the student so they know on what basis he or she would be evaluated. So whenever a child is conducting any experiment or doing or performing any test or submitting any assignment or a project, they know which are the areas that I as a student need to take care of. Okay, so this is one of the examples. Then now this is nothing but just elaboration of sorry. This is just an elaboration of how will a excellent student perform a laboratory work. So they have given an elaboration. You are not actually supposed to write this when you're writing a rubric, but this is just to understand. Now here in the first slide, if you see lab preparation and time management, the lab preparation and time management, there are various options. Like here in criterion, they have mentioned it in very much, not like that much in detail, but in the next slide they have said, in lab preparation and time management, what do they expect the child to do? Okay, similarly for quality of work, understanding of material and problem solving, teamwork and safety. Okay, now you have to just go through this content. Just go through this content and understand if you have to prepare a rubric or if you want to prepare a set of criteria for in order to assess a child's performance in any of the fields of education, how you are supposed to write the details of each criteria. You cannot just mention lab preparation and time management. So you need to know or you need to mention it there under each criteria. What would you cover or what would you look for when you are assessing a child for each criteria like lab preparation, time management, and likewise. Okay. So for excellent student, the benchmark is set already in the form of these criteria, and also for poor students, wherein what do you expect them to do? Okay, like they would read the manual, lab manual in class before beginning the experiment. Okay, I'll read one for each. Then quality of work, they will not follow oral and written instructions correctly. Okay, understanding, make observations, but the observations are inaccurate and are not properly reported. Okay, and teamwork and safety, watch while laboratory partner does all the work. So they don't participate and not do they take care of their safety while performing an experiment. Okay, so these are the benchmarks which you have to set, or the level at which you have to set a certain level at which you will be assessing an excellent child and a poor child or a poor student. Okay, this is how you have to go about. This is just a brief understanding of how you can write a rubric or how you can go about elaborating the criteria. I'll be sharing these